to the Indian Association ground here in Singapore. It's game 2 of the Singapore Tri-Nation T20 International Series powered by Instagram. And it's the second innings of the game. Singapore winning the toss and electing to bat first. 151 for 3 is what they ended up on. And Paras Khadka, the captain on Nepal, will be coming out to open the batting and see if he can lead his charges as his opposite number did in the Singapore innings to try and chase down this total and get their first victory in the series. I'm joined in the commentary box again by Shazad Haq, former Singapore cricketer. Shazad, your thoughts on this upcoming innings?
Yeah, look, I just had a quick chat with Chamal De Silva. He's the manager for Team Singapore. Boys are in good spirits. They're fairly happy with that 151. I think you and I were discussing just at the end of that innings whether they'd be hitting 160. Not too far from it, but as you said, just given the platform that they built, that they weren't just able to push on a little bit. Might come back and haunt them. We'll see. A couple of misfields towards the end as well from the Nepalese. As you said, uncharacteristic. That gave them a couple of runs. That yielded a few runs. But otherwise, I think Singapore will be relatively happy. And by the way, these guys have been playing some big cricket recently. So they've only just returned from Malaysia. Defeated Canada on Thursday. Ishan Pandey opening for Nepal. Made his debut for his country yesterday. What did you make of Nepal batting yesterday against
It looked to me like it was a bit of a hit or miss, which is why I think 151 here, 152 to get to win the game, is a bit of a tall order for them.
Vinod to get Singapore started here. Well, no messing about.
Just be the single. We'll bring Paras Khadka, the captain, on to strike. But yeah, it just looked to me like there was no rotation between something that I alluded to in the first innings. Was let me try and get the boundary. No other choice. And that's why I think they just lost some early wickets and found themselves in trouble, especially early on in the innings. Now, I think it just exaggerates that situation for them now that they've got to chase. And it'll be interesting to see how they go about it. And I think Singapore, if they put in a good performance with the ball and in the field, they'll have this one.
That's wide. Not what you want from a spinner in the opening over. I just wanted to ask whether Nepal, do you think, might have been a little bit starstruck or a little bit in awe of the fact that they were playing Zimbabwe? Tries to come down to Vinod. Just a single.
I didn't get that impression. I thought that with the batting, that is the way they bat.
Right.
Certainly not when they came out to field. I mean, 3 early wickets by Lamichhane. I thought it was a really bold decision by the captain, Khadka, to open the bowling with him. Realised that he needed early wickets and he was the man to do it for him. And after those early breakthroughs, wonderful run out to get rid of Brian Chowry, who was going well yesterday, very early. It really looked like they were playing at a level where they're comfortable. So definitely not, in my opinion, starstruck.
Lovely previous delivery from Vinod. Another dot.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. No real intention to try and say, let me get behind the ball, maybe turn it offside for a single or into the offside. And 5 deliveries gone, you haven't got a boundary and you think, let's try and get some runs here.
Yeah.
And then play the big shot.
Oh, that was close, wasn't it? It's going to end up being a 4. But boy, that could have been caught and bowled. And I think you're right, particularly with Ishan. He's playing his shots. He's not really looking to look for singles, is he?
That's the thing. I think because I think that was a chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
But again, just a little bit of a hint that it's the big shot or nothing else. Really got to have a medium in between that.
I might just give Vinod a bit of hope here that, and Singapore team, that's the end of the over. Nepal 7 for no loss. So far, Ishan Pandey with the only boundary so far. A little bit fortunate. Could have been a caught and bowled. And the man who had a little entertaining cameo earlier, Janak Prakash, he's opening up from the club end.
I look good. Be interesting to see him with the ball.
Well, that's the start he would have wanted.
After that first delivery.
Yes, exactly.
But again, something that we saw last night and a little bit in the earlier innings today as well, is that when that ball is back of a length, it's got good carry through to the keeper. I thought because it's the same surface we used yesterday, that today it might have just a bit lesser bounce, but definitely when that ball is shorter in length, back of a length, good carry through to the keeper.
That's more like it from Janak. Got a fair bit off this pitch. Now, this has been an interesting pitch since we inaugurated this ground last year. It was keeping very, very low at the start. There were plenty of LBs and bowls in the early days. And credit to the club.
Interesting to hear, sorry.
Yeah.
You know, what they've done to it, because when I took a look at it for the first time yesterday, bare. There's not a blade of grass. Not a blade of grass on the surface.
Yes,
very
right.
dry.
Yes.
Clay, and I didn't expect the ball, which is why I keep making mention of the bounce.
To come up as much as it
did. To have that much bounce on it. So they've obviously done something.
We put some concrete underneath there. You didn't know that, did you?
There it is. Very dry surface, no grass whatsoever.
Nandipuri clay, by the way.
All right.
I'm just been informed by the soil experts. There you go.
Taking some turn as well. Although Lamichane is really the only one who's managed to get a considerable amount of turn. Not much from the other spinners today. A little bit from Sean Williams yesterday. Doesn't look like it when he comes onto ball, but Sean Williams has got the ability to turn a ball on glass almost. Not as much as Lamichane, but if there's a little bit to get out of the surface, he will do that, Sean Williams.
Yeah, it has really changed. Made a few adjustments just now, Janak Prakash. Oh, beautiful! That's got to go. He does. What a ball that was, Janak Prakash. He took a long time before that delivery.
This is an absolute gem. He swung it back into the left-hander, and that is crashing into the middle stump. Wonderful delivery to get rid of Ishan Pandey. And the first wicket falls for Nepal, 9 for 1.
Next batsman in, Arif Sheikh. And that's because Ishan Pandey dismissed with a beauty from the 19-year-old Janak Prakash. Got a bright future ahead of him, this young man. Didn't travel to Malaysia. He's one of the few in this squad. Yeah, serving his national service at the moment, as all young Singaporeans have got to do. Beautiful. Look at that. Wonderful. Not something I've often seen on this ground. And how are your pacers finding? Did they get much from it yesterday?
Definitely when they bowled back of a length a little bit.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the innings, Tendai Chitara missing his Yorker mark a couple of times and decided to go to shorter, quicker deliveries, where swing yesterday evening as well.
Little fishing expedition there. He's bowling well here, Janak Prakash. He's enjoying himself. Not easy to get leave when you're on national service. So he's got to make fleeting appearances for Singapore. Got to pick and choose a little bit. Singapore doing well in that tournament. Finishing second overall. Nine for one, off 2 overs. Ball that. Vinod at the far end here. Well, this is the wicket earlier on from Janak Prakash to dismiss Ishan Pandey. Four runs, by the way, from the skipper, Paras Khadka. I mean, they've put themselves in a difficult position here. You were already talking about Ishan Pandey going for his shots. He was out early on. Captain's got to stand up and deliver here.
Yeah, you'll feel that Paras Khadka has got to bat be there for the majority of this run chase if Nepal are going to get anywhere close.
It's called doing a Timothy David, I think.
Exactly that. Exactly that. If there's anything you'll take from Timothy David today, it's a leaf out of his book and the manner in which he batted. Looking to get on with things, down the wicket, wants to take advantage of those short, straight boundaries.
They're certainly looking at every ball to try and turn it into a boundary. It looks like at the moment. I haven't seen that many singles yet.
Yeah, that's the approach that I saw yesterday.
Yeah.
And
didn't serve them well, though.
It didn't, indeed. We're hoping that today they can try and get a few more singles and doubles in between those boundaries they're looking for. That's nicely played.
Adjusted himself beautifully. And that is the first 6 for Nepal. They seem to be really only dealing in those kind of shots. Beautifully done, inside out.
Yeah, he's gone inside the line of the ball and just lifted it over that man at mid-off. Quality stroke.
Yeah, he's frustrated with himself.
I don't think that's such a bad thing. He's got the wide, extra run, extra delivery. Last ball of the over, he can still manage to get something out of this. And he does. Loves that extra cover area, Paraskadka. And this time, inside out again, taking advantage of those wide open spaces outside the 30-man circle. 3 overs gone, 24 for 1.
There's the equation for you. 139 required from 104.
Straight to the man at 45. Good work in the field. He'll be disappointed. He's the only man behind square on the onside, and he's hit it straight to him.
I like how he's bowling, Janak Prakash. Beautiful shape. That's the line.
You were asking about the surface last night and how it played, and today in the seamers. Definitely when they've pitched the ball up, especially with the newer ball, they've got a little bit of shape. Tendai Chatara did that with the new ball yesterday. Neville Madziva did it as well. Definitely just a bit of shape when the guys pitch the ball up. Less today because possibly the humidity levels not as high as they were yesterday.
Yeah, it has been very humid around Singapore, of course. We've had the good old haze in the last few weeks. That's a wide again. A couple of these. And yeah, the weather hasn't been conducive, I have to say, for anything really. A lot of sports events have been curtailed, and thankfully we are at the end of it, it appears. I think you guys brought in the good weather for us, so thank you.
Well, we're only here for a few more days, so we might take it home with us.
Yeah, this series, of course, is on tomorrow. There's a one-day break, and then we are back on from Tuesday to Thursday. And if you're around, do come down to the IA ground. And a very warm welcome to all our viewers around the world. I know this is attracting a lot of attention for Nepal, so a very warm welcome to our Nepali viewers. I know there's a sense of revenge after Singapore beat them at this very ground as well, not too long ago. And Buck, by the way, had a superb catch, which has gone viral. I'm sure you can put that on YouTube or on Google and you'll find it. It's an absolutely incredible catch. This man right here.
Well, that's a nice shot. Quick outfield. It won't be quick enough to get to the boundary. The man at deep back with square leg, making his way around to cow corner. A nicely timed shot. And this is what I'm talking about. I need to see more of. Nice clip off the legs, a couple of runs, scoreboard ticks over. Not this hit or miss that we've seen a lot of from Nepal.
I think it's a little bit better now in that sense. Pretty good over so far from Janak. Sure, he's got a point or two to prove as well after missing out on that recent tournament in Malaysia.
I like the look of Arif Sheikh. Looks organized, good technique, good defense. Looks a very compact player. Of course, once you've got those fundamentals, then you can always branch out and be a more exciting player, play your strokes, but you need that foundation first.
He's been watchful, hasn't he? 2 off 8. He's also been up against Janak. Oh. Well, he went for it. Not all that far away. End of the over, 27 for 1.
Con này trường nó gần như thế nào nè.